Hey there in YouTube land, and for all you Doctor Who fans out there, this is basically my thoughts on Peter Capaldi as the Doctor, and the episode Deep Breath, which we just finished watching a while back. I watched a couple videos afterwards. I gave response to Elliot Walker for the Scream Factory thing, and if you are into Scream Factory, I'm going to be doing an overview of my entire Scream Factory collection later on tonight, so stay tuned for that. Now, Capaldi as the Doctor first. I want to get that out of the way so we can just get on talking about the episode. Loved Capaldi as the Doctor. It's more of the classic Doctor that I like, and it harkens back to the earlier stuff. You get to see a bit of the alienness of the Doctor more so than you did with the other actors that have played the Doctor in the since the reboot. This is the most alien aspect of the Doctor you've seen since the reboot actually started, and it's very much Tom Baker-ish. His harshness with the kind of the hidden soft side on the inside there, it's very Colin Baker, and his mystery behind the eyes with just a little more going on than he's letting us know yet. This is one time when the viewers don't know everything the Doctor knows, and that's very Sylvester McCoy, as is much of the layout of the new TARDIS. We get to see the chair, which we saw, of course, in the something similar in the Doctor Who movie that was done in 1996, which was a production between Fox and BBC. So there's like a lot of like throwbacks there to the original series. I love the new opening. Some people, it was a little bit of controversy with the opening, but the opening is fantastic. There's just some really, really great stuff within that, and I got some weird stuff coming out of on my screen here, and I don't know what's going on. So there we go. Sorry about that. Got distracted. The episode itself I found to be pretty good. It ran about an hour and a half, 2 hours long, with with commercials and everything in there, and good sense of humor. The Doctor, you weren't sure what they were going with the Doctor right away. There's kind of the strangeness. He was kind of still mixed up, and he still seemed kind of mixed up near the end. There was a very difference about the Doctor. I love the new mysteries that they've started in this one. Obviously, we're going to be showing the part and talking about referencing the fact that this face has been used before. I think they're going to mention fires of Pompeii. I think they are going to mention Torchwood, and the fact that this face has been used twice before, and maybe they'll actually start to reference and let us know where these faces come from. Because I've had a theory and I had a script that I wrote for Doctor Who myself that the faces weren't random, and the series looks like it might be going in that direction, which as a writer and a fan bike, that's a huge thing. I'll love the different play between Clara and Peter Capaldi's Doctor. She's like really getting used to him, but honestly, it's not that I don't trust Capaldi's Doctor. It's that I don't like the way that Clara still doesn't trust him. I understand that she's kind of like a lot of the companions do. She's being the viewer, like she's being us, and a lot of the things about like this is an older Doctor, this is more a hip show, will he fit in, and so we had all those things had to be addressed within the episode, and I think all of them were, and it was done brilliantly. The villain, of course, was the kind of like the half man, and I'm guessing since we saw that the Man in Pompadour thing, the ship that was referenced is the same ship that was the sister ship, I guess, to the one that was in the Girl in the Fireplace episode, because which means that that robot that we see is probably was at some point kind of like the Clockwork Man that was in that episode as well. That type of a robot thing. Now the ending was unique, and I like the new character, Missy. Some people have had different theories. Some people think that Missy is the dark representation of the Doctor, and that they're finally doing the Valyard storyline. Some people think that Missy is actually the master, and that's why Missy, which is mistress, which is a female version of master. I'm going with the Ranny right now. I like the character of the Ranny. If you haven't seen the Ranny, she was in 2 episodes, Time of the Ranny. And the first one, I think, was Mark of the Ranny. And she started in the Colin Baker era, and she went into the beginning of the Sylvester McCoy era. She was actually written originally by the 2 of Doctor Who's worst writing teams, and they just didn't get the series Doctor Who. That is Pip and Jane Baker. Although they look like really nice people in interviews and stuff like that, they really didn't know how to craft a good episode for the series. But they did craft a great character with the Ranny. And the Ranny's kind of like a Tana, but a different type. She's not like the Master. She's very off kilter. She's very much into like experimenting. She's very much science oriented. There's like a T-Rex embryo in the Ranny's laboratory in the original appearance of Mark the Ranny. So and there's a T-Rex in this one here. So is it like just a throwaway, or is it kind of a hint? Well, who knows? But overall, basically, this was a top way to start the series. My better half didn't feel that he had that moment that defined him, that defining moment. But I feel that defining moment for this Doctor happened late in the episode with him and the half man, basically where he says that he doesn't want to resort to murder, but to save the people down there, he will do it. This is a darker Doctor, and he may not be, and he says all kinds of stuff at the beginning about humanity being small, that was referenced earlier on in the series in the original Doctor, in the early 2005 reboot. But the thing here is that he will do what he has to do to make sure his friends are okay, to make sure Earth was okay. He will cross the line if he needs to. And it kind of reminded me of a Buffy episode that happened and didn't get referenced hardly ever again. There's a series of Buffy where Giles, who plays basically the Watcher, and he's a pretty mild character and stuff, but he's had a little bit of a past. It used to be called the Ripper. And anyway, something like that. There's a scene where he has to, he goes up to this person here, and he basically breaks their neck. He does what Buffy can't do, is what he says. And that kind of reminded me of Doctor Who in this one here. He does what other people can't do, and sometimes he has to make the hard choice. And I think we're finally going to get to see the Doctor having to make the hard choice. This by far is like one of the best openings that I've seen for Doctor Who. It's not quite up to Matt Smith's opening. It is definitely better than Tennant's opening. Obviously, my favorite Doctor, well, not obvious because I haven't said it on here, of the new one since it's rebooted. I really love Matt Smith. I love them all. I can't say there's been a bad Doctor so far, and I think Capaldi is going to keep that up, and he's making the Doctor very different. He's not the mournful alien that Chris Eccleston was. He's not the romantic lead that David Tennant was, and he's not the kind of gangly, clownish character that Matt Smith was. And that's not taking anything away from him. All those characters were more multi-layered than that. I'm just saying on surface view, because on surface view he's a crotchety Scottish man, and I can't do a Scottish accent, so I can't even try. But again, I love the episode. I'm just repeating myself right now, so I'm going to do the English thing, and actually I'm going to have some tea, some English tea, because not English breakfast, just some tea that I got at a store that's closing down. It's an imported tea from England, so I'm going to go enjoy that. I've been enjoying that tonight. Really good. And thanks for watching, guys. Until I do my Scream Factory video, which is probably up next after I make my tea, it is seriously time for tea. If you haven't watched the episode yet, check it out. And let me know what you think of Capaldi down in the comments below.